we're gonna get started. I'm going to ask you a total of 8 questions. That's it, right? But I would like to hear from each of you because you each come from a different PGC group, so that's why you're here. But again, just answer honestly. You're not gonna hurt anybody's feelings, I promise. Okay, so the first question is pretty simple. What do you enjoy about PGC?
What I enjoy is how, like, we got to put random people in one class, and then we get to know each other better. So I met a lot of new friends, and my peer leaders are amazing. I like them. But I just don't like all that.
We're gonna talk about what we don't like. Okay. What else is good about PGC?
What's good about PGC is the relationships, not peer to peer, but like staff or staff to peer. Because I built relationships in my PGC or staff.
Make sure you guys are speaking loud. I don't know how much volume it's taking up. What else is good about PGC?
The fact that we can just talk, we don't have to do work.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like off our shoulders. We don't have school.
Nothing else?
I would say building a relationship with our leaders. I found that really cool how we get to be friends with seniors.
Yeah. Yeah, especially since they're not in this building, you guys probably wouldn't have known them otherwise. So now, what would you fix about PGC?
The activities.
Okay.
So boring.
Okay.
We need like something more fun.
Okay.
Like games.
Music.
Yeah, especially like they have to give us like un papel.
Yeah.
Like
Like
you
you
gotta
gotta
beat
be
off of it.
And then some people don't participate.
Yeah.
Like they just stay shut until the leaders like call them out and be like, "Can you speak?"
Okay.
And you can't leave until everybody finishes.
Right.
Oh my god.
So it's more scheduling stuff that you would fix, or like what would make it better to be in that room?
Okay, like I said like not putting people in like with friend groups, but putting them like with their friend, if that makes sense. Because I feel like when you're like meeting new people, it gets awkward and it's just like nobody talks, and then you're just there, and then you're quiet for 10 minutes, and then they're waiting for you to talk, and you don't talk, and it's just awkward.
Okay, but like.
Yeah, like when you're around at least one friend, it's easier for you to talk.
Okay. So now let's talk about the activities a little bit. I understand that maybe the exact activity wasn't great, but the topics that have been covered, how relevant have they been to your life?
I like the topics, I just don't like the activity.
Okay. So none of the topics have felt awkward or like dumb. Just maybe the way that they're being done, you would change it, the way that they're being done. Okay. How did you like this last one that was more talking than anything else? The one that you guys just did yesterday.
I liked it because a lot of people were opening up, saying like things that they feel uncomfortable or that I'm saying and that I'm saying.
I like it.
Yeah. And they were talking about. Okay. What are your relationships like with your leaders, with the peers?
Like our leaders understand that we don't enjoy doing the activity, so we like they try and help us with that so we can just like talk. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
You said right about parents.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell if they get Michelle and they can relate to me on like any level, good or bad. So
Yeah,
I
same.
can relate with them very well.
I'm comfortable.
Including Rudy and
Yeah, I'm comfortable talking with the leaders. I'm just comfortable talking with them.
No, I don't really have a strong bond with Brianne, but with Naomi, I can talk to her and everything. And like she tries to make the activity more fun for us, like so she switches it up. So yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's like my peers like try so hard because the people in our class,
It's a little spicy.
I just
But
there's really something wrong with them.
okay. What about you? This one I want to hear from everyone. So I'm gonna ask even though the girls have answered.
I get along with them.
Okay.
I'd say.
Okay.
I get along with them. Like I feel like when I see them out of school, like I'll say hi, but like I don't like feel like our personalities don't really like they don't clash, but they don't like because I'm very hyper, and then they're like really really quiet, and I'm just like okay.
All right.
Alright, let's go.
Oh yes. So raise your hand if you've spoken to your peer leader outside of PGC at any point.
The same high count.
Sure.
Wait,
Let's count.
does
say
the
hi for
in-school
now.
suspension count too? Because
Yes,
I was in the
ma'am.
park with them chilling.
Yes, Mike. Okay. How many of you feel like if something were happening, you could reach out to your peer leader about that thing that's happening? Okay. How many of you know, maybe you haven't spoken to your peer leader about something, but somebody else in your PGC group has told you like, oh, I went to
I mean, we have a whole
this
group chat.
person. You have a group chat. Okay.
We were gonna make one, but it never happened. So.
Okay. All right. So what could, think about the seniors next year, right? Or even these seniors now. What could they do to make you guys, or even freshmen in general, feel like, all right, yes, this is a senior, but this is the person that I can talk to. That I
Like they just have to be
Oh my gosh.
open. Like compared to my leaders, I feel like they're so quiet, and I'm just like I feel like they have to open up, like read us with open arms, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
My opinion, they're not like that. Like, I'm comfortable. Like, I don't see them as seniors. I see them as.
Yeah.
My peer leaders, I think they're kind of shy. So like, I would want them to relate to us more than they.
I feel like my peer leaders, they're good. Like, okay, how can I say it? They relate, like they bring in the topic with what happened in their own life or something. Like, you get it? So.
Okay. Now my peer leaders, I mean, I could just tell them something and then they just give me advice right back. Like Xavier, he's told me things, and I give him advice, or he gives me advice. So yeah, so I could, and Michelle too. So she just helps me to relax from that. So I'm good. I could just. It's good.
Alright, good. So now think about the other freshmen in your class. And I want you to think about the other freshmen, but I also want you to think about what the seniors have done for this question. So what are your relationships like with the other students in the class? And what have the seniors done to try, even if it hasn't worked, but how have they tried to make you guys all like be friends and get along? And
Okay,
connect?
so for my group, it's like not an awkward like class, but it's like different personalities. So not everybody like, I don't know, it's just weird. Like the whole vibe is weird.
Yeah, like my class, there's a lot of quiet people. Like they do not talk. So our personalities just don't go together.
I feel like my class, some people are quiet, but then others, like I'm really loud. So in my class, I'm loud. I feel like I make people comfortable because I make a fool of myself sometimes.
Oh, my
Wait,
same. Like
Yeah.
Moises, like I have quiet people, except for Asbeth, Donna, and Tanisha. They talk mad loud about boys. But besides that, I make the class laugh. I definitely make Michelle laugh, and she be crying. And Xavier be trying not to laugh, but he just smirks. But I make a fool out of myself sometimes, just to like lighten up the situation. Like if they feel uncomfortable, if they don't want to do it, then I just ask them to do it, and then I just do something dumb or whatever. And then they just answer like I don't know or something.
The problem is with my group is like they talk so much, they know quiet, just there's always laughing, there's always somebody do something, they all pay attention, and they try so hard to get the right. Our my class does not understand directions. Like they give us directions, they do the opposite of that direction. I feel like with my group, like I don't know. Like we have our days, if that makes sense. Like one day we're really, really talkative, and then some days it's like it's the first day we don't know what to do or say.
Okay. In my group, like everybody's always loud. Then there's some people that don't talk at all. So I think the issue is not like with the leaders and the activities. It's with the students and how they feel uncomfortable around each other.
So good.
I feel like when we're done with the activities and we're talking, most of us participate. Like just free talking, like we all enjoy stuff like that. And our PGC leaders, they try to like get us together, but it just does not work.
Okay. So think about some of the things, because I feel like that, and I think you made that comment, that kind of happens in every class, right? There's classes that you have with your friends, there's classes that you don't have with your friends, but things still keep moving in most classes. So what advice would you give the seniors about what to do when the students are not working together or not listening or not talking? Like what are the type of things, what advice would you give them to make it run a little smoother?
I feel like in my like so Lisa, she's really tried like to like make us like a group, and it's just like I don't know, like personalities, like our personalities don't go together. So it's like she tries, and it's like we just don't.
I just feel like everybody in my PGC class respects our peers. I'm not saying that you guys don't, or the people in the class don't, but then I feel like in my class everybody respects our peers. So when we do talk, we know when to stop, or we don't talk.
Do you think that your peer leaders did anything to make that happen?
I think they just came out friendly and just made us comfortable.
Like, in my opinion, they should be like more strict with us, but then usually when someone starts talking, they just stay quiet. And everybody's like, hey, isn't this and that? Like, just like be more strict.
Okay.
Because they really don't care.
That's good. Anything else? Now the program as a whole, how would you like to see it change in the future? So we talked about the type of activities, right? You said the topics were good, right? But maybe the type of activity. So, all right, let's pick one of the topics that you guys have covered. So you guys did an activity one time where it was talking about decision making, right? And how would you teach that then? What activity would you do to teach kids about how to make good decisions? Okay.
Yeah, like personality was like constantly like, I don't know, like if you have a girl like you be there, right?
Yeah.
Like scenarios that they know that we're gonna go there.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah.
This is gonna get harder. Are we going to be able to take us to someone?
So,
I'm gonna say that this
I'm
is
gonna, I'm gonna talk about scheduling at the end because I want to make sure we get to the questions, but I'll explain to you why that hasn't really happened. But that would be a good thing for us to keep in mind, especially next year where the seniors are going to be in the same building as the freshmen. It might be a little easier. Anything else? Like, what else would you change about the program? And this question is for everything. So even for us, like, what changes that we can make at the top?
Like I don't know those.
Bring food, okay.
Like the groups.
Kind of like a chill Wednesday, like every like 2 weeks or whatever. Like if we do business, so everyone kind of just like participate, bring in chips, juice, or whatever. We can chill like after the week, or like at the end of the month.
That's good. That's good. So okay, the people in it. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. And Ms. Peña told you guys a little bit about that. Where there's never gonna be a time where we're gonna be like, oh, all right. Let's say you guys were all best friends, and we see that we're not gonna put you all in the same group, right? But how would you guys set up the groups so that there are some people who are kind of being forced out of their comfort zone, but not so much to where they
Like
just shut
people
down?
that like me and Chanel, we have like all of our classes together. So like people that like have common classes with you, that makes sense.
Okay.
Like people that you see on the daily.
Yeah.
All right. So that it doesn't feel like just strangers.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's a good thing. How has PGC helped make your transition into high school smoother or more positive? Like, do you feel like it's helped with that at all?
Yeah. It helped me. It helped me like get to know other people that like I didn't know.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes,
It
absolutely.
helped me like get out my comfort zone, like talk about my feelings more.
Why did you say no?
I feel like they haven't had like I feel like meeting new people, but like besides that,
Okay. The same? Okay. So I want everyone, and this one again, I want to say something. What is one piece of advice for the 2 months that are left? Because the program ends at the end of May, because the seniors finish a little earlier than you guys. So in this time that's left, what's one piece of advice that you think that they should start implementing like next week to make sure that the time that you do have left is the best time possible? So we'll start here. And again, everyone give whatever you think you're, like the big thing that your seniors need to focus on to make sure that your group is good.
Like a field day, like just like us and like our PGC.
So think about something like that they need to work on. So for example, you said they need to be more strict. Right? So I want you to think about something like that. Or they need to be more open or whatever. So think about your peer leaders. What's something that they need to do to make sure that the rest of this time is like beneficial, that you don't feel like this is not worth your time?
It's like just like I can't really explain.
We should get to know them more.
Okay, so the seniors should work on connecting with you guys more.
I'm good.
No, you are, but maybe not everybody in your group. is.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Yeah. I have no advice. What? It's her turn?
no, I'm gonna come back to her.
I have no advice. I think that Ashley and Rudy, they try really hard to get us all involved in talking, in participating, and like doing everything. And they try to put us all together in where the environment, it feels like you could speak and that people won't judge you. So I have no advice.
Just keep doing that.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay.
I have no advice, but probably like for like other period, like people, like to have like an open mind.
Okay.
And like just cause like one kid is talking, like they don't close up and get mad, all that.
Yeah, I feel similar. PGC teachers they're chill. Everybody respects them and doing everything.
I feel like they just have to open up more. Like, I don't know. Like, I like everything they do. Like, so Lisa and Stephanie, like, they really try with us. Like, they really try. Like, I feel like I'm safe when I say something with them because we, like, she says it, like, to keep it, like, to ourselves. Not to ourselves, but keep it in the circle, if that makes sense. And, like, yeah, I just feel like they have to be less shy.
Okay.
Mine has to be less shy and to try harder of making us stick together
Okay.
and like having everyone to talk.
Okay. Like kind of forcing people.
Yeah.
I think I say just keep trying what you're doing, like the same thing people just keep trying. What's your Justin and Ruby. Okay.
All right, and then the last question is kind of open. Just is there anything that I didn't ask you that you're like, oh, you should probably know this
About the leaders.
about people, about the leaders, about the program, about anything? Anything that you've been like.
When I
oh
go
my
to
God.
PGC, tengo hambre. So.
Yeah, that's
So
what I'm
comida. All right. I can't promise you that the food is gonna be fixed, but there are definitely gonna be, since it's coming to an end, there's definitely gonna be more like celebrations and days for food and things like that. But
Why didn't you so early?
they graduate earlier, so.
They
They're-
finish
they're-
classes.
Yeah, their classes, and so, the question that Mike was asking about May 31st, about going outside. So they end class on May 31st, which you guys are still like, we have like almost a whole month left after that.
No,
We're definitely planning, definitely not 2 months, but
12 days.
we're definitely planning a celebration time. So maybe that day we can plan to take you outside, but it's kind of hard for them to take you out. They're also not in this building beforehand, so for them to like get here with time to walk you to the park or whatever, and still have enough time to do PGC, is kind of like, it's difficult. But that is actually a really, really good idea that I want us to work on, to think about like how to make it better in the future, because I think that's a really awesome idea. So thank you guys so much for your time. There's snacks for you in the back.
I need to get cups.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you guys some cups, and that's it. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it.